and he is well known by hotels, staff, and the people. So he has frequented Zanzibar.
Now, we've been hearing a lot about the Ashlee Jenae situation, but this right here just changed the entire tone of the story. Because now hotel staff is coming forward and saying Joe was not a one-time visitor, not even close. According to them, he had been there multiple times, with different women. So now people are looking at this whole relationship sideways, trying to piece together what was actually real. Because it's starting to feel like the engagement may have looked solid online, but was a lot different behind the scenes. And if all of this is true, then it kind of seems like Ashlee may have started picking up on things not adding up, especially if there were other women involved. Some people are even connecting this back to Joe's marriage, saying maybe his wife didn't just leave randomly. Maybe there was a pattern there, and Ashlee was one of his side pieces initially too. And if that's the case, then this situation might be way deeper than what we were first told.
So said they were arguing about him cheating on her. He would leave the villa to go to other women.
Now there's a video going around where a woman from Tanzania is claiming that local authorities believe Ashlee had a second Instagram account, not just a backup page, but one that was allegedly used to attract clients. And that alone has people split, because some are saying that changes the narrative, while others are like, even if that's true, it still doesn't justify what happened.
Ashlee had another Instagram page that has been taken down.
Her Instagram has been taken down?
She had a different Instagram page. She had two.
Do you know what it was?
It had pictures. I saw the person who took the pictures from that Instagram page. I saw its proof, but that page has been taken down.
After all that came out, people went back to her main page and started pointing out how everything looked very flashy. The trips, the outfits, the lifestyle. And now there's this narrative forming that maybe her life wasn't exactly what it seemed on the surface. The internet has been completely divided on this. Some people were warning her about him early on, telling her to stay away, saying something felt off. And Ashlee actually responded to some of those comments, basically brushing it off and saying people were just jealous of her relationship. There's even someone who claimed to know Ashlee personally, and what they exposed added a whole new layer to this. They described her as someone who didn't just randomly become an influencer, but someone who had been in nightlife for a while. They claimed she worked as a bottle girl, a video vixen, and had been around certain circles in Miami where people knew her differently than what was shown online. According to them, Joe met her in that environment, and their relationship wasn't this fairy tale people were seeing online. They said it was intense, on and off, full of arguments, and that police had even been called before during their fights. They also mentioned that this wasn't even their first engagement. And then there's Joe himself, because reportedly, he's also been dealing with his own issues, including a financial investigation tied to investments. So now there's speculation that Joe possibly having financial motives tied into all of this. Even talk that it could have been about insurance money or covering debts. But not everyone is convinced by that angle either, because for something like that to even make sense, the two would have had to be legally married in the first place. And that's exactly where the timeline starts getting unclear. But it doesn't stop there. Another video started circulating, this time involving Ashlee and Kevin Gates from her past. And of course, the internet ran with that too, with people forming all kinds of opinions about her personality and relationships.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? You know, we keeping it organic. Me and my little chocolate Easter bunny. Pick me up.
Something like, not too crazy.
She from Philly, so you know she crazy, she toxic. She might stab me. You might stab me in my sleep. You told me about.
And after that video started going around, it also brought in these claims about her being a vixen, and all these industry rumors about her being ran through by rappers, which just added even more fuel to the fire online. In that same clip, there's also talk about her owning a Lamborghini, the one that shows up in the video, at least according to what Kevin Gates was saying in the moment. And again, that's what's making people pause, because it raises the question of how the GoFundMe even came into the picture in the first place if she was allegedly showing that kind of lifestyle. Then on top of that, her fiancé is supposed to be a multi-millionaire, but people are pointing out he still hasn't stepped in to cover the funeral expenses. And it's not just that, because when you look back at her old tweets, there's been a lot of focus on the kind of dating preferences she used to talk about and the lifestyle she said she wanted, and that alone has been feeding a lot of online speculation. Some of it even gets tied back to her family situation, with claims that her mother's relationship history may have shaped her mindset, especially since she reportedly went from being with a black man to later marrying a white man. And in that mix, an old tweet of Ashlee's started circulating where she said, "I just found out my mom trapped my dad back in the day and everything makes sense." And lastly, this one said, "My mom is so convinced I'm going to be with a white man just like her." When all of that is put together, there's also this layer of speculation that Joe and Ashlee may have started seeing each other before his divorce was fully finalized, which would make the engagement look less like a clean-cut official situation and more like something that was already complicated from the start. And that's where another detail stands out, because Joe never really posted Ashlee on his social media, not a single photo or video with her, even though his page still had posts of his ex-wife up, which is exactly what's making the whole dynamic between them look even more unclear from the outside. So now, knowing all this, what do you guys think about all of this? Does this feel like pieces finally coming together? Or does it feel like we're still missing something big? Because at this point, it doesn't feel like we've reached the end of this story at all. If anything, it feels like we're just getting started. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.